Hey guys, North Texas Gun Noob here again, and today I'm gonna do my first rant slash review off camera kind of style. And today I'm gonna talk about the gun show I just got back from, basically just a review of the show and my thoughts on it, etc. So, this show I went to was in Lewisville, Texas. Little quick history overview. Louisville used to have another gun show that lasted up until about a year and a half ago, and that show got shut down because mostly building maintenance problems. The AC didn't work. There's just some problems with the building, and there was a negligent discharge at that show. Not sure if that had anything to do with getting that place shut down, but it was mostly the building stuff. And then let's go ahead and fast forward to today, basically the end of November 2014. The same show promoters that organized the previous Louisville Gun Show brought it back at a new location, and there's about 400 tables there, basically about the same size as the previous one. And well, my just overall opinion was that I thought it was pretty nice. Um, I like the Louisville location because that's closer to where I live, and comparing that to driving down to DFW or Mesquite, any place down there, that's just a really far drive. So I'm super happy that the Louisville show is back up and running. All right, so the show on today, Sunday, started at 9 o'clock, or not 9, but they started at 10 a.m. and it lasted until 4 p.m. Saturday running was, I think, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But I didn't go Saturday mostly because of work, and I usually wait until Sunday to go to gun shows because there's a greater chance to find a good deal because vendors are trying to, sell their stuff so they don't have to take it back home with them. All right, so I get there about an hour past close. I mean an hour past opening, and the parking lot was not really too full at all. When I got in there, it was actually kind of empty. I mean, yeah, there were people there, but from what I heard on how crowded it was Saturday was insanely cramped. But not so much today. I mean, later in the day it got busier, but not early on. So I guess I'll just give you a little tour of my way throughout the show. So I went in and I brought. This is the first time I actually brought a gun with me to trade or sell at a gun show. So that was a first for me, and brought in the M&P9 compact. And if you've seen the other video I made about it, it hates steel cased ammo. So that's really the reason why I chose to get rid of it. Um, So yeah, I go in, get the cable lock put on by the police, and I just start strolling through the show. And uh, I wasn't sure how some vendors or people would react, asking if I was selling my MMP9 compact or saying, hey, what's that gun, blah blah blah. Yeah, right when I walked through the door, the vendor right of the entrance was like, "Hey, what kind of Smith is that?" And I told him everything, and he didn't have anything I wanted to buy, so on I went. And well, like, about a minute later, another vendor asks, "Hey, are you selling that Smith?" Same story. He didn't have anything I wanted to buy, so yeah, that happened all throughout the show. Probably got asked by vendors 7 or 8 times if they want to buy, if I'm willing to sell them that handgun. And I think I just non-vendors, just people walking throughout the show. I just got asked like 3 or 4 times, "Hey, what's in the box?" Blah blah blah. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't do any trades with them. The vendor I did trade my gun into for the CZ that I bought, he didn't actually come out and asked what was in the box, I was the first to say, "Hey, I'm looking to trade this." All right, so prices. As I was in the beginning, as I was strolling around, I was really only had my eyes up for some CZs or AK rifles, or just if something interesting caught my eye. I wasn't going over every single gun that I saw. So, all right, yeah, let's just start with AKs. All right, the first booth or vendor table that I stopped by that had AKs on it, um, they they were advertised as $470 out the door, and they were the side folders. They were advertised as Polish part side folders, and I went up to the dealer. He was like, "Yeah, can want to take a look at these?" I was like, "Sure." And then I asked him, can I trade this M&P9 for anything, or what can I get out of it? And he's like, "Yeah, maybe about $400." After he looked over it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's sounds like a good deal. I'm gonna look around, take a look at some of the AKs." And as I was looking at these AKs, I think they were home built, or like, yeah, home built. Reason being is they were advertised as Polish side folders, and when I picked one up to look at it they looked kind of awkward. Um, First thing that caught my eye was the rivets. The rivets were stainless steel, while the rest of the finish on the gun was all black. Not exactly sure what kind, but yeah, it was all black. And then they had those stainless steel, bright, bright, shiny rivets just hanging out, not hanging out, but showing off. And that was my first clue of thinking, all right, I'm not sure what's going on with these AKs. So after further inspection, everything looked pretty decent, pretty well put together. The rivets, aside from the epic shininess, they were put in pretty well. Then I was wondering if there was any markings, like anything saying, "Yeah, this receiver is from Poland," blah blah blah, or anything like that. Um, I did not see any markings at all on the rifle, except on the receiver it said "Made in the USA." There was nothing, no CAI import marks, or there wasn't even any serial numbers on it that I could see. So I decided I probably don't want to risk getting one of these. They very well look like they were built out of someone's house, and I'm sure people can do a great job, just like with home AK smithing, and I've thought about doing it before, but I don't know, it was too risky for me at the time. So there goes that AK encounter. Um, the same dealer also had a couple Mosins and paratrooper SKS, and SKSs are another thing I keep my eye out for. I'm hoping they'll come down in price, but it doesn't look like they have after what I saw at this show. The dealer was selling that paratrooper SKS for I think like 400 something, maybe 450, and yeah, that's just way too much. They're way too much. So I looked at that, just see what the price is, and nope. Uh, Another vendor had I think it was just regular Chinese Type 56 Norinco SKS, and it was it looked pretty dang dirty, but they were asking like $350 for it. So nope, I would not pay anything over. I'd say ballpark around 270, 280 for a beat up Chinese Norinco Type 56 SKS. Uh, were there any other SKSs? I don't think there were any other SKSs that I saw at the show. I think, yeah, those were really the only two. All right. What else? What else? What else? Other AKs. Okay, so just walking through the show, I found, I think, three different dealers that had AKs. Um, I saw one dealer that had five arsenals. Um, yeah, they were all over 1,000, so I didn't really look too much at them. Just looked at them and said, "Oh man, the price. Oh, maybe one day." Also saw some Segas, Segas, Sagas, whatever you want to call them. I usually say Sega, but yeah, saw some Segas going there. They were converted, and they were 800, and that's just like bare bones conversion, nothing too fancy at all. So Segas are still out there if you're interested in any Segas. Uh, oh yeah, I also saw a Wasser with a muzzle nut on it. I don't think it was removable, and it was being sold for about $550, and said nope, no thanks on that. They had another IO ink, and that was $600, and is the prices were way too high. Uh, you might have seen the other Wasser video that I have on my channel. I bought that for about $500 back in April of this year, and yeah, that was a decent price. So if if a Wasser's over 500, I would not pick it up. So what else? I know there's one other AK. Oh yeah, the best deal that I saw for an AK. There's this one pretty large vendor booth. I don't remember their name, but they were selling a Yugo NPAP for 520, maybe 529. Um, I think that's a good deal. I wanted to buy that. I wanted to buy that instead of the CZ75 that I bought, but unfortunately, the owner of that vendor, the owner of that store, he was not there today, so they did not do any trade-in. So that was a pretty big bummer. Um, the NPAP was looked pristine, and yeah, for 520 something dollars, I I would have bought it if I had just that amount of money laying around and wasn't going in for a trade-in. So that's probably the highlight of the whole all the AKs that I saw. All right. Yeah, I didn't look at any of the ARs. They had ARs all over the place there. So, and basically at every show I go to in the area, including the DFW stuff, there's ARs are the wazoo. Um, I think I saw some actual select fire rifles. I saw there was a price on. I don't know what kind of model it was, but it was some kind of AR that was being sold for $12,000. And yeah, on the selector switch, it had safe, semi-auto, and bang, bang, bang. Yeah, 12,000. And there were. I think there was two other select fires at that same table. Uh, Very expensive. Anyways, maybe one day in a long time from now, I'll get into that, but no time soon. All right. What else? What else? Hmm.